Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Double Cleanse podcast, a podcast all about the beauty world, the influencer industry, and I guess just life in general. My name is Robert Welsh. I'm a professional makeup artist and content creator.
And my name's James Welsh. I am a content creator of 10 years and skincare enthusiast. Hi. Sorry,
wow.
can we let's just some personal drama. Robert's parked at my house and his alarm keeps going
I've
off.
accidentally parked within a bush.
Yeah.
It would seem.
Actually within a bush. There is not a bonsai. I wish I had a bonsai tree
Yeah, a
there.
bonsai
There's
tree.
a bamboo and then the
Wait,
other
I'm in the
bush.
bamboo.
I think you might be in that corner bit.
Look out where you're driving. Don't drink and drive, guys.
Yeah, I mean, Robert does it. That's not why. That's not why
I am parked in the
that is
bush.
generally a good message.
I don't know how it happened. I'm ever so sorry.
Well, we'll have to sort it out after this because it keeps going off. Imagine if it starts going off at night. Are you crazy?
Burn the car.
Burn
Burn
rid
it.
of it.
We were out the other day, browsing. I was looking for giant hula hoops.
Right, whenever we come to London, this hotel,
I need
Robert
the
needs
giant,
hula hoops.
but salted flavor,
Salted
nothing
flavour
else.
hula hoops.
And we were, when you're just about to get in line and there's loads of like random crap in there. We saw these Life Loop Biotin Boost Beauty Gum.
Yes.
So it says on the back, makes you more beautiful. No, it doesn't.
No,
It says
makes you instantly beautiful.
Yeah, what's biotin? Oh, it says contributes to the maintenance of normal hair and skin.
It's like what they put in them, like nail gummies, hair and nail gummies.
Now, how much of that would you have to swallow for this to be effective?
Well, isn't that gum?
It's gum.
So you're not swallowing any of it.
You're just going to get the juices from
I think that's absolute bullshit. Should we have some?
gum,
Like,
gum plus flavor.
Gum plus flavor.
Wait. So they're like half red, half white. If I was a child and this was medication I wasn't meant to have, I would be eating this.
Yeah, guys, tell you what, we'll try this later.
Yeah.
We'll put it on our Instagram stories and our joint
Head over
profile.
to Instagram. Here's the sound. There's some ASMR here.
ASMR. But do you know what actually I find kind of really terrifying? Have you seen Medicube have launched those like collagen tongue strips? Like your Listerine strips, but they're like collagen ones for the tongue.
Glutathione and vitamin C ones.
Yeah. It's really interesting to see skincare moving into supplements so much more obviously.
Oh yeah.
Because there's brands that come with like skincare and supplements, right? APLP, I think the Korean brand. They're quite well known for doing it. Their products are actually pretty good. I've not tried their supplements, but I feel like because those strips don't do shit. Let's be honest, they don't do.
Well,
crap.
everyone's like, because it's in the top of your mouth, so it sinks in quicker. It
I
gets
don't
in
know
your
if that's true.
bloodstream.
I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
I feel like if that was as an effective delivery system, it would have been used ages ago rather than internal.
Isn't that how you used to get
like,
drunk when you're younger? You put vodka in your mouth and then just hold it in there for ages or turn upside down.
No, we used to go upside down because we thought it went to our brain more,
That
so it
was
gets
it.
drunk. But that's not how getting drunk works.
Quite how your body works.
Spin upside down.
Yeah.
Choke yourself out. We used to do as well for some reason.
that was a game in
trend.
school. Make yourself
Yeah.
faint. That's terrible.
That's terrible.
That's really bad.
But yeah, I'm a little bit nervous about the skincare to supplement.
I mean,
pipeline.
if you can be, a gum line and be like, yeah, it helps with beauty and nails. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 10 in here. 10.
There's 10.
I don't know if I said it like that. There's 10 in there. But when you take supplements, don't you have to like wait a while for them to like get within the system and shit like that?
I'm pretty sure
you can't just be like, I have some gum. That's
it's
my
a
vitamins
good
done.
month or a bit before you start seeing any benefits or
Yeah.
feeling benefits
Yeah.
when you get good effective
I
supplements.
would love to know what the claims are for that and the science and the studies
Yeah.
behind it. It's like 1 in 10 women said yes.
Yeah. To what? Just anything.
Yeah.
When I was in Korea, God, we don't have to talk about Korea a lot. But listen, there was like this pick and mix supplement place.
Drink, shovel some vitamin C into a bag.
I was with Crave Beauty and I went with my friend Leah, who owns Crave.
Yeah.
And she took us to this like shopping mall, and it was the best. There's like little conveyor belts with like little supplements going
like
around.
sushi going
And
on
at
a
that
little
point, I was
conveyor
like, I don't care if these work. I just want to feel like I'm doing something.
to take
I wanted to
them.
buy my pick and mix. It's almost like when you go into Crocs and there's the
Yes.
Jibbitz.
Oh.
It was like, but a lot more sanitary.
Yes, yeah, of
I was
course.
like, this is so much fun. Like I
Yeah.
could get into supplements if this is how it was.
Yeah.
And you kind of have like a menu. Oh, it was so much fun.
I need that. I feel like I'm like at an age where I'm like, no, I should probably start taking some kind of supplement.
But, like,
I don't want
whack.
to do like the 4 men. What do men need?
Well, man.
Yes, well, man.
woman.
Stop you from pissing yourself, kind of thing.
Yeah,
you know what
I don't
mean?
know if that's quite.
I'm pretty sure that's what they're
Robert's
for.
going to need it because he wheezes every hour. I'm different now. I don't.
James has been bladder training for one day.
I'm bladder
It's
training. No,
different.
I've been bladder training for 2 weeks now. It's going really well.
He's currently sitting in a puddle.
By going well, I mean I just let it happen wherever. I don't even worry anymore. No, our problem is we do these things called panic wheeze, where when anything happens, we're like, oh my God, I'm just going to go for a quick wee. Yeah, like we're going out somewhere.
Literally the second before we're about to get in the car.
Give
me one
second.
second.
Hang on 1 second, I'm going to go for a wee.
Yeah.
Which is fine when we're together, but when we're with other people, they're like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah.
I remember when Robert used to work in America, when he worked in Disney, and we were going around Epcot. You know, he goes through every country.
I go to every toilet.
Not only did we stop at every country, we stopped at every toilet
within that
Epcot.
country.
Yeah.
Exploring the toilets of Epcot.
Exploring the toilets of the world.
You just have to when you can. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, Japanese toilets.
Oh.
I feel like we talked about this before.
I think we
also.
did. Yeah.
I don't understand why they can't be everywhere in the world. I just want to sit down on a warm seat, have music play, and then not even have to touch.
But would that make you
anything.
stay too long?
It does, unfortunately.
And then apparently if you sit on the toilet too long, you can die. Where did I see that?
I don't know, but I would question
Where
that.
did I see that?
I would question that.
Someone was like, "Oh yeah, you're gonna clog an artery." No, I don't think that was it.
I don't
think
think
that
you
was
clog
it.
an artery from
No, but
sitting
there
on
was. I'm gonna find the article. It was like, "Don't sit on the toilet too long 'cause you will
Article or
die."
TikTok video?
Not TikTok video. No, I
Okay.
wouldn't. Nothing TikTok. TikTok can be like, "Robert, your name is Robert." And I'll be like, "I don't believe you."
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't. I don't. Believe
Yeah,
anything
no,
from
true.
TikTok.
This is actually very similar to what we're talking about today. No, it's not. It's not in any way whatsoever. Robert, speaking of hearing, do you have any favorite products you want to share with us today?
I do. I don't know if you remember. 2 episodes ago, we were talking about something. We were talking about skin.
Love that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I mentioned, we're talking about toning the skin before makeup and all this kind of stuff, and primers and all this kind of stuff. And
Like
we were saying
skincare
how
prep for makeup.
Skincare prep. And how primers aren't necessarily primers. And I think when people think of primers, they either think grippy, sticky, tacky, smoothing, silicone.
I always think silicone-y, velvety.
Yeah, which doesn't have to be like that. Priming the skin does not necessarily mean you have to use a primer. However, this is a primer from a brand called Yunjac.
Oh my God. Is this from Olive
scared
Young?
me. Yeah.
So,
Okay,
sorry,
so go on.
Sorry, I know this is your product. I just want to say something because if it's about me. Whenever I see Olive Young ads on Instagram, they always have this one.
Yes.
And I always want to buy it. I don't know what it is.
It's so good. It's so good. So,
God, I
it's
wonder what it's like.
it's
I wonder if it's any good. I wonder if we're ever going to find out.
I guess I never know. It is just like skincare. It's like a serum, and it leaves your skin with that perfectly tacky but not overly grippy primer tacky bouncy skin surface. I have not had one issue with my skin since I've been using this.
In
under
what
makeup.
way do you mean?
So crustiness around my nose. I'm quite porous around this part of my nose here, and I do have some products that are really good with it. You know what I mean? And so, but I like to experiment a little bit. Yeah. Smooths everything. I have like texture on my skin. Tell me, riddle me this. I have sun damage on my skin here. Is that a texture?
No.
It's not. It's just redness.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I feel like on my
sun
cheeks here
damage
is a
can
little
dry
bit
you
textured.
out,
Okay,
but
so
like,
fine.
yeah.
It always feels a little bit more textured in comparison to here.
I mean, that being said, sun damage can make your pores a bit bigger. It can dry you out.
That's what it feels
Yeah.
like. That's what it feels like in
Yeah.
those areas.
Right.
This is perfect. Perfect. And I love things like this because it makes all your skin one even texture.
Ooh.
Right? You don't have to worry about how your texture is doing on your nose, how it's doing on your forehead. And this just seems like very well curated skincare primer. Like it works perfectly. And then, listen to this. It comes with this little travel version in a set, but the end of it, which you can remove and clean and sanitize, is this little sponge right in those crevices. It comes with like a little, how would you describe it? Like a spongy
felt tip puff.
like around, like, is it Maybelline who does that concealer that has a little puff end on it?
Sure, I don't know.
But I think this is a lot easier to replace and clean and take off and clean.
Don't Bray do this as well? They have a lot of concealers recently. They have that little puffy.
Yes,
end
but
to
they're
it.
It's more spongy, it's firmer.
Right,
the Bray one. Whereas this is like quite felt tippy and quite soft. Oh my gosh, buffing this into those areas that are a little bit more textured, you squeeze out a bit of a product. Oh, it's just so perfect. So if you don't like primers, if you're not a skincare person, it's like, I don't know what to do now with my skin that's interfering with the texture of my foundation. It's the most perfect primer, skincare hybrid I think I have ever used, ever.
That actually sounds perfect, much needed.
I think you would benefit from it for those days when you're holding in your urine. That starts to come out your skin because you've been holding it
every day, because that's just how I am nowadays. Moving on very swiftly because I need to share this with you, or I need to speak about this. Fact or fiction? I have a fact or fiction for you, and I'm not sure
For me?
For you, yeah, and I'm not sure how I missed this.
Let
you
me
might
get my
know
leg
it.
up here.
Get both your legs up and your socks out. Fact or fiction is when we do a story about the influencer world, something an influencer may or may not have done, and we have to guess whether it's true or false.
We could be making it up.
Influencers do the weirdest things.
Darndest.
So, towards the end of last year, there was a convention that was supposed to happen, right?
Okay.
And it was called the Brit Crew Convention. So, those who don't know, the Brit Crew were like the early day British YouTubers.
And that's the only name I know.
Zoella.
Her husband. The other guy.
Her brother, that isn't her husband. The other ones. And this was a convention where they were all meant to reunite.
And what, do a stage show?
I don't know. I think they were going to have like booths and do a stage show. And there were
gonna
other
wait
experiences
Okay.
kind of like dotted around.
Okay. Oh, was it a ball pit?
Yeah, that's probably like a photo
Inflatable
booth.
pit,
Yeah.
yeah.
This is being run by a company who are known for essentially having like failed.
Why would you hire them?
I don't know. So known for having like failed conventions almost, right? So people bought tickets. They were anything from £200 to £500 a ticket.
Why would you pay £500?
I don't know. Nostalgia?
Are concert tickets even
I don't
that
know.
much? I guess
Some
Beyonce.
They are, yeah. Because I guess like the people who grew up with this Brit Crew are kind of our age now, so they might have that bit of disposable
Please
income.
never pay £500 to see us.
No, I think the idea is you go, you get to meet everyone, you get free merch, then you could buy some merch as well.
Merch
Brands were going to be there. You go away with a goodie bag, different experiences.
If you've got loads of free stuff, that amounted to more than £500.
Yeah,
I'm thinking double the price.
I don't know if it would have been that. It might be like Zoella's calendar. We get a bag, glitter, and a scrunchie.
Cookie cutter and
scrunchie. So yes, this convention was being put on. When people were looking at the finer details, they were starting to notice that first of all, Zoella herself knew nothing about this. So people, I guess like her management, whoever was, basically had to come out and say this isn't an official thing. Like the Brit Crew wasn't a trademark name, so people can use or whatever. Her husband obviously knew nothing about it. Joe, her brother,
who was the one who was on
Dancing
yeah.
not Dancing with the Stars, Strictly Come Dancing, was approached about it, but said
well,
he
no one
was
else
told
doing,
it was it wasn't like a convention based on them. It was basically like a guest appearance kind of thing.
Okay.
But ultimately said no.
Okay.
No one else said anything about it. So people are like, what the hell is going on? Like, why is this the thing? Turns out that these meet and greet booths were just going to be booths inspired by each influencer. So Zoella wasn't going to be there. There was going to be a Zoella booth that you could essentially queue for. Meet Zoella in quotations.
Was a cardboard cutout.
It was going to be like a graphic or something like that. But nobody knows because it never happened because it all got cancelled before anything even happened.
That's crazy.
But there was people who were going to be selling merch there who were like, we sent product and we've never got it back. Like we spent hundreds of thousands on this convention just never happened, was never going to happen. They just kind of picked it out of thin air, or kind of sounds like they were going to put it forward and it would just be a whole
and
scam.
assume everyone's going to do it. Yeah.
Fact or fiction?
You know, there's been so many crazy convention stories, but I kind of want to say fact, but I just don't understand why anyone would be interested in doing that.
No, it doesn't sound like our cup of tea, does it? It's actually fiction.
Oh.
But this was based on the latest Barbie
The
convention.
Barbie convention.
Yeah. So one of my favorite genres.
Let's just all agree not to buy tickets for anything ever again.
One of my favorite genres of video at the moment is scam conventions.
Listen, it's funny, but it's not funny because people spend money on these things that are sold to them like they're going to be the most amazing convention they've ever been to, and then they arrive and it's like a table in the middle of an empty hall.
Empty room.
Yeah.
So the thing that triggered this idea for the story was so at this Barbie convention there was an advert for Barbie Space Experience, and it was meant to be like Barbie in space. An inspirational tale of how Barbie was Barbie, then worked for NASA, you know, like she's got her NASA outfit.
She's done everything, yeah.
Exploring space. And it was like meant to be a whole journey. This space journey was a cardboard box, like a life-size cardboard box, like a Barbie box.
Yeah.
With a space background.
No. Like a photo opportunity.
Like a photo op. That was literally it.
And this is the thing with these conventions is they don't care how good the actual convention is as long as there's photo opportunities there.
Yeah.
And people can be like, yeah, we had a backdrop.
Barbie
what
experience.
else do you want? Yeah.
But this one woman who runs her own company where she sells sunglasses and glasses made for people with like wider frames. had a licensing deal with Barbie.
So it made for people with wider
like
frames.
wider head shapes. So you know when you
I
have
feel like I need that.
Yeah, so you know when you go Specsavers and they're like loosening it and it's still
but like I'm sorry, your head's too fat.
Yeah, you're really wide there.
Yeah.
So she actually had a licensing deal with Barbie, and this convention was actually, they bought a license from Mattel, so they were legally allowed to run this.
Yeah. Well, I guess you would have to.
Yeah. But she sent all her products. She made promo materials. They weren't put anywhere.
No.
She hasn't got her product back yet. Bear in mind, this is like 2 days or 3 days
bad.
old.
And there'll be people there that will genuinely want to buy it because people did go.
So she went to the convention eventually, saw her sign for her stall, which obviously wasn't there, being used on another brand's little pop-up stall thing. But it was pretty much an empty hall.
That's so bad.
Terrible.
That is so bad.
Terrible.
Let's buy tickets.
So never buy tickets to
I
conventions.
kind of want to go to a shitty one on purpose.
Me too. Dress up for it and
Yeah.
everything. Oh.
Have the owners apologized yet? Or the people that made it yet?
They have. They're all getting refunds. And
Have they?
Mattel have apologized as well.
That's terrible, isn't it? Talking about fake people and halls with nothing in.
I think I say something else.
What are we talking about today?
Virtue signaling.
Like fake normal
Fake,
thingy
yeah,
thing.
fake, yeah, like fake.
We don't quite know how to topic this topic, like, or what to call it, but kind of like people who get online and try and convince us that they're doing things for the better,
For the
or
greater
for the
good.
best, for the greater good, when actually it's kind of a selfish thing they're doing.
I want to call it
or-
virtue signaling, but I'm not sure that's exactly
Yeah, I'm
what
not
it
sure that's
is.
exactly the situation.
But performative doing good.
Yeah, performative doing well,
Yeah.
you know? And I feel like this happens a lot in the beauty space because, I mean, we've all seen those people online who are like, film me giving a sandwich to somebody on the streets.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, why
Yeah.
do you have to film that? Why
Yeah.
not, you know? And that's their content. This kind of first became an issue with me when I saw a guy set up a tripod online. I didn't see this in real life. Set up a tripod on a train platform and said, normalize men doing makeup. Here's the deal. If anyone did their makeup on a train platform in front of their phone
With lighting
on
and a tripod.
with lighting and a tripod, that's not normal for anyone. I don't care who you are. That's not normalizing anything.
Yeah.
Normalizing makeup for men is, having a good following and just wearing makeup.
Out and about.
Out
every
and about.
day.
But
Yeah.
anyone who does anything like that is not normal, even in this new world of not
No matter who you are, no matter
Yeah.
what you're doing, I feel like if you set up
I
a
don't care
camera
what
and a
gender
light,
you are, how old you are. If you're doing your makeup on a train platform and having a little dance in between, it's not normal. It's not. That's not normalizing anything.
I feel like maybe it's good exposure therapy
Yeah.
for those who don't see something like that every day. But then again, just be
But
a
also,
guy in
everyone's so
makeup.
busy in the
if you wanna
background
do-
anyway. I don't give a shit what you're
No one
doing.
gives a shit.
But here's the deal. So they're like making it out like, I'm trying to normalize men in makeup. But actually, no, you just want content of, oh, shock, someone is doing makeup on a busy platform. And this kind of content you see not just in makeup. It's like, I'm doing something that that isn't usually done in public so loudly in public.
Yeah.
You know, people do their makeup on the trains and stuff like that, but they don't set up a ring light. You know what I mean? And what do you see that with? Look, people who are DJs and they walk around with their DJ thing, and their content is a reaction of other people, not so much what they're doing.
That's what I think we hate. I think that's like any public thing. We hate like content being like, look how these people react to me.
And it's not like, they've put content online and they're reacting to that content. It's like you're taking the reactions of people who might not want to be online. Have you seen those videos where people just walk through a crowd and it's like, look at all these people looking at me?
Yeah.
It's like, no, I think they have like a sign or something.
I think
on them.
anyone being followed by a camera as well, you're gonna be looked at.
I saw a
My
girl-
favorite ones are the ones that are like, she's.
Do you say she pretended to be Kylie Jenner?
Yeah. Kylie
She's-
Jenner lookalike.
Yeah, she looks nothing like her. And she knows it. And she's
like,
like,
no
I'm
one's
shocked
looking at
these
her.
people. Yeah. But is this kind of like performative? I'm doing this to make this better. And it's like, no, you're doing it so people can watch your content and be shocked by your content.
So this struck a chord with me because I have no faults whatsoever.
James there's nothing wrong with
There's
that boy.
nothing wrong with me. No, when de-influencing became a thing.
Yeah.
So it's like, watch me de-influence you, do this, blah, blah, blah. But de-influencing was
A form of influence.
a form of influencing.
Yeah.
It was just a negative review. That's all it is.
It's a negative review and a trend.
Yeah,
It
and
was a
trend. So de-influencing became people saying, you don't need this, which has always been a subject of video
Yeah, it's just that
anyway.
they were focusing just on the things you don't need. Yeah, fine,
that
which is
then-
fine.
Which is fine.
Yeah.
It's great. It's interesting
Yeah.
content. I think
But don't act like you're not in this space of influencing people when you've just called it the opposite
or
thing.
buying products you like and want.
Yeah.
So de-influencing then turned into, you don't need this, you need this.
Right.
So then you're just influencing people to buy other things anyway,
Yeah.
which then is now kind of turned into declutter.
Yes.
So people aren't just not buying stuff anymore. They're now decluttering all the shit that they bought to try and make it look like they're doing something good.
Yes.
And it is the most declutter because I got all of this kind of stuff. I find it so embarrassing.
I do.
I saw a video of influencer the other day. It came up because somebody I know commented on the video, and she was like, "What do I do with all of this PR?" What? And it was literally all over the fucking place. I checked her out, and she has a bigger following than me. And I was like, in my head, I was going to comment, but I was like, no, I'll save it and talk about here. I was like, if you are in that position with that amount of followers, with the views you get on your videos, the sponsorships that you're doing, and you're receiving that much PR, you are in a position to very easily say, I don't want this. Yeah. Take me off a PR list. If there's anything that you really, really want.
If it's troubling you so.
If you are really in a position where you don't want this much product, you're in a great position to just buy it for yourself.
And you can literally reach out to the brand and be like, can I have a PR? And usually there's a little PR email as well. Instead of being like, oh, I don't want all this. And don't get, like, brands will get your address from somewhere and send you PR.
Yeah.
And it will just appear out of nowhere. But then you immediately get on, it's like, thank you, but I no longer want to receive PR from you. Donate it. Find out where to donate. That's one of the first things you should be doing when you become overrun with PR. Find out where to donate.
And how to dispose of it all properly.
Give it to your mum.
I don't know how that's relevant. Sorry, it just reminded me of that.
Because it's kind of like, if we're talking about virtue signaling, we might be using that term really wrong, sorry. But trying to appear like you're doing something like, woe is me, I have too much PR.
Yeah.
When you can actually control it to a certain extent.
It's
a
very
little bit
easily
performative.
controllable.
Yeah.
Very easily.
Yeah.
So going back to de-influencing, it's kind of nice to know where influencers stand on things like consumerism, buying too much stuff, not falling for the trends and stuff. But it was so trend driven that people that obviously had the complete opposite were de-influencing in one thing and then doing, I've been away for a week and look at all the PR I received.
Oh, I hate that.
It just
that's one of the things I hate
like,
the
who gives
most.
a fuck? Like, who gives a fuck? You got free shit.
I've only been away for a week and look at all my free stuff.
Then you have a fucking problem.
Yeah.
Sorry. Like, control what's coming into your house.
Control what's coming to your house.
That's crazy.
Look at all
to
this
me.
free stuff that I get because of you guys.
Can I tell the stress that would cause if I went away for a couple of days and I came back to a wall full of PR?
Yeah.
What the fuck are you going to do with that
I
stuff?
know.
Like, what are you doing with it? And the next day you're like, this is my minimalist skincare routine. Like, fuck,
Yeah, no,
like,
stop that right now.
It's like, and then also it's like clean girl makeup. I'm like, that's not your life. You're maximalist. Like you.
Oh yeah.
You have so much shit in that studio room of yours. Like, don't lie.
Don't pretend. Let's not
use it all
pretend.
Put it on your face. Get it all through. Get through it.
Scoop
all.
it out. Throw it away. No. Can I bring up something I saw online recently? So there was this content creator who I think I see her videos a lot, and it's a skin texture thing, right? And it's like normalized normal skin texture, which absolutely. But I saw a comment and someone's like, are you sharpening your videos? Because this looks like a sharpened video. And I looked at it, I was like, yeah, you are maximizing the texture. And this happens a lot with those Getty Images videos where it's like, this is real celebrity skin, where they go over a picture and there's a tool on video editing and picture editing called Sharpen, and you rub it over an area of texture and it increases that texture, right? So you can use it in the eyes to make the eye more detailed, or you can use it like in the hair to make hair look more detailed. But if you do it too much, it looks like overly done, right?
Yeah.
So people go onto Getty Images, which is where all the photographers' images go from like a red carpet event, and you can buy them, whatever, and they have a watermark on them. But like, this is real celebrity skin on the red carpet. And yes, you can see the real celebrity skin, but they're taking them and sharpening the images so it looks worse than it is. You can do this with video too. It's a very drag along tool that you can do on any, even mobile video app, editing app. And I think they're right. I think they're like, you're normalizing this thing of like, this is my skin texture and I'm not sorry. But it's like, you've increased that skin texture. So now you are lying about skin texture again.
Yeah.
And I think you are making it worse on purpose. It can be like, this isn't normal. This isn't what it should look like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. This is like, I've seen kind of like the same thing where people actually taking the what's the word? So they're getting these getty images. They are photoshopping them.
Yeah.
Like to look nice.
Yeah.
And then they're doing
Making them
the
worse.
reverse, making
Yeah.
them worse. So
Yeah.
it looks even more extreme.
Yes, yeah.
I think it's really important to see these textured pictures.
Yeah.
There are some really good videos that show like
The real ones.
Kardashians,
Exactly.
Billie
Yeah,
Eilish,
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
like all with real skin
Yeah.
texture. And it's important to see that, but then to exaggerate it so much and be like, we're all being lied to.
Yeah.
It's like we've got enough issues as
Exactly.
it is in the beauty
Let's
space.
not lie to us to try and make us feel good also.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, like we can feel good just seeing
Yeah.
a regular picture.
If a normal skin texture is normal enough, to then edit it so it's even worse and be like, you're being further lied
You know
to.
who does this really well? Elizabeth Turner.
Yes.
Who is
Or
a
Lizzie
content
Turner,
creator.
yeah.
Or Lizzie Turner. We've met in real life.
Yeah.
So seeing what her skin looks like.
Yeah.
And I think her lighting
Yeah.
that she uses is very, very close to what you see in
Real life
in real
lighting.
life.
Yeah.
She does these amazing videos where she has a full face of makeup, glam, filters often as well that you'd see online.
Yeah.
And then kind of like turns them off.
And
or
shows you
vice
what
versa,
the
and
skin looks like.
shows you what the skin
Yeah.
really looks like. And it's not over exaggerated.
Yeah.
It's not meant to be like a, oh my God, like,
Yeah.
but
The
it-
sudden shock.
yeah,
Yeah.
but it does a really good job at showing you how those subtle changes can make such a huge
and
difference.
how makeup sits on the skin, the
Yeah.
texture of her makeup with the
Yeah.
texture of her skin.
Yeah.
And she hasn't overdone it where it's like, again, sharpening it and be like, oh my God, her skin's so crazy. She
Yeah.
has normal skin. And this is what normal makeup looks like.
Yeah.
But it's still in like this influencer mode of like the lighting's great, the camera's great, the detail is there. This is what someone said something to me the other day, and now like, oh, I don't know, I just don't trust like product reviews where you don't go into natural lighting. And like natural lighting for makeup can be some of the
Very
most
flattering.
especially if it gets a little bit warmer, if you're going into golden hour or perhaps it's a sunset or and it's changes throughout the day. Wouldn't you not rather see makeup in consistent lighting
Shove
hour
a
after
couple
hour?
of blue lights, overhead office lights on.
Yeah,
I want to see what it looks like under
right?
that.
I want to see what it looks like in the kitchen.
Yeah.
I want to see what your makeup looks like in the hospital
Yeah,
8 hours
yeah.
later. Consistent light is so much better
Yeah.
than natural lighting.
I get what they mean though, because to the human eye,
Yeah.
what we see in natural light looks very different to what you're seeing on camera.
Yes.
Like you said, it could be very. If you go to a window, your skin can look really, really good.
Can look so
really-
good.
Yeah,
That's natural lighting.
I'd rather like both our lighting in our studios is set up so that you can see a lot more than what you're probably
A
going to
lot
see
more
to the
texture
naked
than you can
eye.
see in real life, yeah.
Redness, like all that kind of stuff. But I do get the need to want to see things in like an everyday situation.
Everyday situation I get, but the way natural light plays with cameras, especially our phone cameras, just
Yeah.
that's not what you're going to see in real life. I would rather look at a screen that's filmed in 4K, the same lighting for 8 hours,
Yeah.
and see how that one patch of skin transforms over 8 hours. You
So
know what I
a
mean?
lot of briefs I get are like, show a before and after in natural light. It's like, I'm just not going to do that
not gonna do
because
that.
it's going to be incorrect.
Yeah,
Like it's gonna be wrong.
imagine it can be like a grey, hazy day,
Yeah.
and the makeup can look wonderful.
Ooh,
It
yeah,
can
and
be
you've got net curtains up.
right, diffuse. There's like diffuse thing.
Yeah.
I'd rather sit on a 4K camera with a white light right in front of me, and like this is the texture, this is how it looks, this is how it
Yeah.
looks later on.
So going swaying off a little bit.
Yeah.
You know that awful trend on TikTok where people are like, guess how old I am?
Oh, why do
Then
people do
everyone-
that? And then they're
Because-
like, "You guys are so horrible,"
Yeah,
and it's like,
you're
"Well,
gonna
don't
get
ask
two
people."
things. You're gonna get people correctly guessing your age. And you're gonna be
or
disappointed.
people purposely being rude.
That's the thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like people do these videos because they've been told all their life that you look younger.
Yes.
And the comments you're going to get are like, you look your age or you look 68, even though you're clearly not.
even though
'cause
you don't,
They
because
just
people are
want to
being
be rude.
assholes. Yeah.
So a kind of offshoot of that is normalize looking like this at 21 at this age. So I saw a guy, 21, and he was like, normalize looking like this at 21. No injectables, no Botox, clean, healthy lifestyle. He looked about 20 years older, no exaggeration. And I was like,
Did he go to the gym?
let me explain things. So, because this is, I want to, because it sounds rude before I explain.
yeah, yeah.
Do you know what I mean? I was like, there's something not
Quite right there,
about
yeah.
Because I believe we should see all skin types at all different ages.
Oh,
and-
let me tell you, I've worked on people who are in their 20s, and then
Yeah.
I've worked on people who are in their 50s who have better skin than people in their 20s.
It's not linear, you know?
No,
like,
exactly,
It's not,
yeah.
I was like, something's not right here. So I look on his profile and goes to the gym.
This is why I don't go to the
And
gym.
he's a proud steroid user. So
Yeah.
no Botox, no filler. Oh, but you use steroids.
Yeah.
Look a few videos down. Baby oil in the sun. This is not
What?
normal behavior
No,
to you to be saying
steroid
normalize the
injections
skin.
and baby oil in the sun is not normal behavior.
It's not normal behavior to you to be saying that let's normalize this skin at 21.
Right. If you haven't purposely affected the way you
Yeah,
look. Like
it's
I wouldn't be
crazy.
like now, normal, my face as a 37-year-old. No, I've had Botox, we've had filler. We know it's
Yeah.
not the norm to
Yeah.
to look a certain way at a certain age in general, whatever you do.
But it's just really weird because I was like, what is he trying to do?
Yeah.
Like, what is he? I don't know whether he did it as like a rage bait thing. Because, do you know what I mean? It sounds rude to be like, oh my God, you look way older than your age.
course.
But I was thinking, if you're going to be like, this is just how I look, this is the life I've had, that's interesting to me. I'm like, okay, it's interesting to see how different lifestyles affect the way people look.
Yeah, that's very interesting.
But to say, let's normalize something because I'm not filled with this shit, and then to go and do other things that are equally just as bad for you
Yeah.
is crazy.
Yeah.
So, like, had you not, in the typical TikTok way, deep dived into his profile, you'll be like, yeah, maybe 21-year-olds do look like that.
Yes.
They don't.
They don't.
Let's not normalize taking steroids when you're so young and baking your skin in the sun, then be like, this is how all 21-year-olds should look.
Yeah.
And that's been a bit of a trend I've noticed, especially when it comes to people being like, I'm Botox and filler free. It's like, but you also still look older. And this sounds really awful, but it's also with that clean beauty movement where they are using beef tallow instead of sunscreen. They're going out in the sun and getting sun damage. They like to be outside more. They're probably more active in general, like all these stereotypes, right? But they're not protecting themselves in a very basic way that is recommended.
Wait, why do men who go to the gym look 20 years older than they are? Or things like that?
Steroids. I
Is it
swear.
steroids?
Well, steroids can speed up your like aging skin.
Can it actually?
It's like you get so much inflammation from it. So inflammation can lead to inflammaging, which breaks down collagen, elastin. You get breakouts everywhere. I'm pretty sure you get very dehydrated. Like there's a lot your body needs to make up for. 20 years down the line, you're going to have skin cancer. You're probably going to look worse than you did. You know, you're not going to look your age because you were so focused on looking a certain type at a young age where your body probably can handle things a bit better.
Yeah.
You probably, if you use sunbeds, collagen, elastin, it's probably fine right now because your body can create it for itself at a younger age. But as you get older, your body stops doing that. You're still going on sunbeds. It's breaking it all down.
And this isn't saying like, oh, you have to look your age at your age, or you have to look a certain way at your age. But if you're actively working to damage yourself,
and then being
don't be like, normalize it.
Yeah,
that's not normalizing, honey. Gym honey.
Gym honeys. I don't know. Is what else would happen?
I do wish people would stop that trend though.
What?
How old do you think I look?
Why would you
How
do
old do you
that
think
to
I look? Why are you
yourself?
doing that to yourself on the internet? It's horror. I would not dare, because you get people being like, oh, you're 57.
Yeah,
You're
on purpose.
157.
Yeah, 125.
Yeah, you're dead. You've already died.
If there's not a corpse, it's just people are out to be mean.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Why would you do
so
it to
don't do
yourself?
it to yourself. You look the way you do, and that's absolutely fine. If you want to get Botox, that's absolutely fine. If you want to get filler, that's absolutely fine.
Yeah, there's part of it
It's
that
not fine to use baby oil on somebody.
No, don't do that. Part of it I do like, however, is there is a sense of like honesty and vulnerability.
Yeah, which you
to
don't get
it.
very often online with influencers, which can be a very fake lifestyle. Which, by the way, I saw somebody influencer be like, every influencer and everyone is putting on a show, is acting. It's like, we're not fucking acting.
that's your
That's
problem.
your issue.
Yeah.
They're like, and everyone films in their phone. That's your issue.
Yeah,
That's not our issue. We use 4K cameras. One thing I am kind of like, no one ever does this anymore. I think there's like a few TikTok accounts that do it. But do you remember like Project Pan? Where it's like, it was the goal to use
That's
a whole
something that
product.
happens every
I
year.
really like that.
Yeah.
I like that people do that and they actually try to, even if it's just one thing, try to finish up your powder. I have a lip balm I've nearly finished. I'm like, I can't fucking believe this.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
What is
you.
it? What is it?
I mean, you remember the banana one I had on
Yeah.
this? Yeah, I've nearly used it, the green one.
Do you not go through? I go through lip balms like crazy.
Oh, I do.
Yeah.
I love a lip balm.
Yeah.
But this is a lip oil, sorry. And I'm never really that into lip, but I love this
yeah.
one. And I have a toner that I'm nearly through, and I'm like,
Congratulations.
thank you.
Is it the numbers in number 9?
Yes.
Yeah.
And I've ordered another 4.
Yeah. I
Because it came in
loads of-
multi-packs.
I have so much of that. You
I
don't need to
I don't want
order.
your secondhand rubbish.
I don't want your sloppy second. No, please. I'm trying to declutter my life.
I get too much PR, and I
Yeah.
want everyone else to have my stuff.
Everyone's filming on their
Yeah.
phone. So I think the issue that we see, right, is all these things start off as like probably someone who really means it
Really
has
means
started
well,
this,
yeah.
Right? I think there was an actual influencer who started that kind of like normalized men in makeup kind of thing by literally just going out in full glam. And it was interesting to see because people would stop and ask questions.
Yeah.
Like you'd see other people like, oh my God, I love your makeup. Like,
Yeah.
how do you do it? And that's more of like an everyday
That's how
situation,
you, like
right?
you're living your a normal life,
normal life.
normalizing it.
Yeah.
That's like me being like, normalize men in makeup. rock climbing. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like that's. I mean,
Do it
do it if you want,
Yeah.
but let's not like do it with a ring light.
I mean, I don't think anybody should be in full makeup doing any type of exercise.
Well, no, sometimes it's fine.
No, I think that's disgusting. You're gonna sweat all over it, and then you're gonna have to wash your face.
If I went to the gym, I would probably put a little bit of makeup on.
No, don't do that. No one cares.
I care. It's about
But
me.
who are you?
It's about impressing myself.
That is about doing it for yourself.
This is it, yeah.
So yeah, it kind of starts off like that, and
Yeah.
then it turns into something that like I think like mainstream influencers adopt. So they
Yes.
kind of like see a trend of like, oh, this is something I can jump on.
Yeah.
This is a really good like form of content.
Yeah.
And it's obviously getting views.
Yeah.
So they do that, then everyone else starts doing it, becomes oversaturated, and then people are bored of it.
Yeah.
So things that could have started as a really meaningful trend, more minimal living.
Yeah.
Stopping overconsumption,
Yes.
normalizing or exposuring people to
them, yeah.
things could be really, really good.
Yeah.
if it wasn't caught onto as a trend, and then people just started doing it for views and
They
trying to
do
think,
it.
how can we do this?
It's
for
trending,
more?
so they do
Yeah.
it for a week and then it's done.
Yeah.
and
And
it
then-
becomes less because everyone's doing it. Then it becomes less significant.
And then they
or
think,
less-
how extreme can I make this now to the point that's not about what I was set out to do?
Yeah.
It's about getting those views.
Yeah.
One thing I noticed in the skincare space is people are like, I have a minimal routine. You only need these 3 products in your routine, etc., etc. But then they get new products the next week, and they're like, I'm adding this into my routine.
Yeah.
I'm doing this. But
Yeah.
every skincare routine is a minimal routine,
yes.
but with a selection of products out of like 100 products.
Right.
Do you know what
so
I mean?
yeah, so the routine is minimal, but the
Yeah.
amount of product you have is not.
Yeah, and the whole point of a minimal routine is to strip everything back to basics. So whilst they're being like, you know, we don't need all these products, you shouldn't be using this, that, and the other one, they're like, but their serum for the next week is something completely different.
Yeah.
Or so, you know, and when you look through their videos, they're never using that same serum
Yeah.
twice. You know who's really good for actually doing that is Natalie O'Neill.
Yes.
Yeah. She has...
no one believes her skin's out good in real
so
life.
by now,
I
I might
commented
have
on her
posted a
video. I was like,
TikTok,
right, I
yeah.
just have to say, her skin has a purple glow, like a
Yeah,
lavender
like a
glow in the
luminosity.
dark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she posted a TikTok saying how people think her skin is a filter. And I messaged her. I was like, do you mind if I stitch this? Because I just want people to know that this is real.
Yeah.
And her skin is just a product of a truly minimal routine.
Right.
And what she does so well is she does the odd sponsorship, but they're always with brands that she has talked about over and
Yes.
over and
Yeah, yeah,
uses
yeah.
over and over and over. And she is a perfect example of somebody with an actual very minimal routine who doesn't have a huge PR room. It's not doing PR boxes, but it's also able to work with brands
Yeah.
and make recommendations
Yeah.
without it being crazy whilst also pretending that she has a minimal
Yeah,
routine. Do you know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
And I think like that's just because that's genuine to her, and that's reflected in her skin. Literally, her reflective, shiny
yes,
fucking
yeah.
skin. But when I see these other minimal routines and people preaching this stuff, I'm like, but you've just talked about so many products, and you've got a sponsorship for this and that. And again, sponsorships aren't bad.
No.
But
when they're
like,
genuine and honest.
yeah, but it's like also, so you just don't pretend. Say
Yeah.
you prefer like a minimal routine
Right.
for that week or that,
Yes.
or that month, and you
Or like I'm
interchange
stripping
things.
it back a little bit. I mean, I always say like sometimes I go too far with my skincare and then I do strip it back and do
Yeah.
it minimal. It's okay to change it up a little bit, you know?
And I really do think it's just people wanting to look good online. And I feel like it's influencers trying to separate themselves from the influence that we know of today that everybody
Because
hates.
they're just not liked. Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, when you look at influencers, especially beauty,
Yeah.
you think overconsumption. You think all they
Oh, yeah.
want to do is sell you stuff.
Yes.
They haven't really tried the products.
Yeah.
How can they when they're trying
You
so
know,
many
it's so
things?
funny. I remember when I started doing YouTube, I never mentioned the name of a product or the brand because I was like, I want people to achieve these looks with whatever they have themselves or whatever they want to go out and buy. And then you would always get people saying, can you name a product? Can you name a brand? And then when you do, it's like, this is sponsored.
Are you
This is,
sponsored?
it's like, I don't know what you want from me
Yeah.
anymore.
But that's
so you're going to just have to do what you have to do.
You have to do what you have to do. I remember when I started YouTube and I was like, I'm never going to post a negative review because I think it's a waste of time.
Okay,
But then I
yeah.
kind of realized how
It's
important
important,
negative
yeah,
reviews are.
yeah.
And around that time, a lot of the dermatologists were coming on. There was one dermatologist who was like, I never post a sponsored review. First I was like, fine. I was like, but also if you want to make a business
you
out of
wanted
this,
to,
then
yeah,
you have
yeah,
to.
then fine.
But I also don't find that to be impressive.
No.
Because the reason for not posting a sponsored review or post was because influencers lie so much nowadays. So you're saying you can't do an honest sponsored post.
Yeah.
So you think if you get an offer,
Yeah.
you're just going to take it because
Yeah.
it's money.
Yeah.
That's what that said to me about this
Yeah.
influencer
Yeah.
or this dermatologist, because you should be working with brands that you actually want to work with
Yeah.
and like.
Yeah.
And, or even if you haven't used their product, you trust. Well, no, you have to use a product before
Well, yeah,
sponsoring. Yeah. The least you can do is
Yeah.
be like, "This is an interesting product. I wonder what it's like."
Yeah.
Kind of thing. I wouldn't do that. I tested it all before, but it screamed more negativity to me than this kind of like virtue
Like, you're like,
signaling
I'm
of like,
never gonna.
yeah,
I'm not that kind
I'm
of.
different. And guess what?
They
5
do,
years
yeah.
later,
They do
sponsored
sponsors,
posts,
yeah.
yeah. But also, they had their own brand, so it's not an impressive thing. It's because you don't want to show competitors.
Which I think you should still. I mean, if I had my own brand, I would still talk about other products.
Oh my god, I trust a brand way more. Like Susan Yar with Naturium, she
Yeah.
speaks about other products
Yeah.
all the time.
Yeah.
Leah Yu with Create Beauty talks about other products all the time.
Yeah.
I think it adds a layer of authenticity because these brands know they're not. You're not just going to use their brand and their product.
But
all the time.
exactly, they know what their product is and they know who it's
Yeah.
good for, and it's not like they
It's
expect
nice to mix
everyone
it
in the
up.
world to use it. Have you got a product you would love this week?
Oh my god, I do. I don't think I've talked about the Frankly PDRN Ball Bounce Serum on the podcast.
Yeah, I don't think you have, but I know you spoke about
So
it.
picture this.
Imagine.
Imagine a clear serum bottle, clear, liquidy, but in
Clear
the middle
liquid.
is a giant orange, almost like egg yolk looking ball.
Yes, yeah, bouncing around. in
Bouncing
there.
around, and that is your PDRN. You shake it up, put it on your face, and it's kind of like, it's almost like an oily water texture. Like it's a really lightweight
I bought
oil.
this and I haven't opened it
Oh,
yet.
it's so good. I've got backups and backups. They do a cream version of this. So this is the Frankly PDRN Bounce Ball Cream. Before the comments, we all know PDRN is nothing like the injectables.
Yes, no one's claiming, no one of these
No.
brands are really claiming that it's going to give you Botox.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I see PDRN,
Yeah.
it's a trigger word for me for a moisturizing, hydrating product.
Yes, that's what PDRN is being used for in this sense.
Yes, and topically.
Yeah.
But they also have to overcompensate for the fact that you're not getting the results of injectable PDRN, so they add that extra glow and dew to
Yes.
their products. But the Frankly PDRN Ball Bounce Cream is like the serum. So it's this clear gel cream with little orange PDRN balls in.
1 second,
Can you
sorry.
see that? It's almost like that, like
that's
salmon
so
egg.
cute.
Yeah. And it's just a really lightweight, super hydrating cream, but with that almost oily finish to it. But it's not oily.
I like the sound of that though. Like
I hate
not a
oil.
greasy oil. It's like a comfortable oil.
Yeah, so like I would use it after all my serums, put this on. The only issue with this right now, it's not moisturizing enough.
Okay.
So I'm kind of using this as like an extra hydrating layer, but it's been
But that can be good in
at
like
that.
a morning routine if you don't want to be too like oily throughout the day or too
Yeah.
greasy throughout the day, or you don't want to overhydrate throughout the day. That could
Yeah.
be really nice. Summer's coming up.
Summer. So if you're like me and you still need a little bit of moisture, even when the weather's a lot warmer,
Yeah.
but you need to put on layers and layers of sunscreen.
Maybe you don't like that feeling of heavy I was about to say face screen.
No,
Heavy
suns-
skincare. Skincare, as they say, on
okay.
your skin during the summer. Yeah.
You know, you're going out, you're going to be
Yeah.
layering
Yeah.
sunscreen after
Yeah.
sunscreen. Having like a nice lightweight moisturizer that does add that little bit of moisture and hydration is really, really good. I just love it. I think for a PDRN product, there are so many around today and not all of them are that good.
Yeah.
This one's just like a nice lightweight alternative because a lot of the PDRN creams are quite heavy.
Yeah.
I've not seen it in such a lightweight
Yeah.
moisturizer.
Can I feel the
before.
texture actually?
Please.
No, keep up my hand. Go back. No, please.
Don't, you're wasting it.
Just a little bit. No, do like here because I'm quite dry there. That's not
But
what
there's
I
just
need.
hair there.
That's quite a lot.
Well, I don't know what to tell you.
Wow.
It's kind of like just that oiliness that you need to kind of lock everything in. It's fragrance free and it's great for all skin types,
Ah,
in my
lovely.
opinion.
Yeah,
If
no.
you're very dry, it's too
looks
light
good.
for you. Yeah, it looks good. That sounds great.
That sounds great.
So let's wrap up.
Okay.
I don't think everything is performative online.
No, I do think there are some genuine people who really want to do the right thing on the online.
And I think it's very obvious. I think I don't think the general public are as stupid as influencers think they are. Well,
Yeah.
some influencers think they
Yeah.
are. Like, I think people can tell when they're just doing something for clicks and content.
Yeah.
And this isn't their everyday life.
Right.
And this isn't their actual morals.
Right.
And they're going out of their way just to do something a little bit crazy for the
To
camera.
appear a certain way.
Yeah. Is it engaging, interesting content? Yes. But again, I feel like this happens every January.
Yeah, I think just be a little bit more investigative.
Yeah, investigative.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which
Yeah.
is hard to do on TikTok because
It
it
is.
requires effort, I'll be honest.
And if you're just trying to just quickly scroll through, just don't believe everything you see. Follow the people you trust, ignore the people you don't.
And don't ask people what your age is on the internet. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Follow, like, subscribe, comment wherever you are watching
Please
or listening
do.
from. Please do. And we'll see you next time.